What's up, everybody? This is Alex Christopher with the Duran, and I'm here with Alexander Mercouris, editor-in-chief of theduran.com. And today we're going to be talking about the June 12th summit between POTUS Trump and leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-Un. So Alexander, June 12th is the big day. This is the big summit that, of course, everyone is talking about. Straight up, what should we expect?
Right, well, I think that we are going to see a lot of atmospherics which are important in this. I mean, Trump is a warm and human person, whatever else he is. I think he's going to try and get on with Kim, and I think Kim is going to try and get on with Trump. So I think we're going to see positive atmospherics out of this, a good atmosphere. And I think also that they will be talking about a joint commitment towards some kind of reconciliation between North Korea and the US, and about the importance of peace and about the importance of achieving denuclearization. I think they will also be instructing their negotiators to negotiate with each other. What I don't think we're going to see is an actual agreement. I think that would be expecting too much, and I think both leaders, both Trump and Kim, know this.
Are we going to see any of the Trump neocon hawks try to sabotage this meeting and try to throw a wrench in this good atmosphere that has developed and probably will develop when the two men sit down together?
I think the answer is that we already have done. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we had John Bolton, who's the National Security Advisor, and Mike Pence, who's the Vice President, talking about how North Korea should disarm unilaterally, like Libya. And of course, the North Koreans were outraged by that, very understandably, because when Libya did disarm unilaterally, it exposed itself to an attack by the US, which led to the leader of Libya, Colonel Gaddafi, being brutally murdered. So I think that was, to my mind, I've no doubt about it, that was an attempt to wreck the summit. It failed. And as I understand it, Donald Trump is concerned about that. And it's been very interesting to see that he's been very careful to keep John Bolton ever since then on a very tight leash. But having said that, there are other people in the US who don't really want this to succeed, and I am sure we will see attempts by those people over the next couple of days, both to wreck the summit, and then once the summit is out of the way and serious negotiations begin, to derail those negotiations also.
Speaking of someone, of an incident that may have derailed or may have tried to derail the June 12th meeting. Yesterday you had Trump's legal advisor, former Mayor Giuliani, speaking to a crowd, mock and belittle Kim. Let me tell you exactly what Giuliani said. He said, well, Kim Jong-un got back on his hands and knees and begged for it, which is exactly the position you want to put him in. He was referencing what you just said, Pence's comment on Libya. Why would a legal advisor, someone with decades of experience in law, make a statement like that ahead of probably one of Trump's triumphant foreign policy crowns right now?
Well, I'm going to give Giuliani the benefit of the doubt and say that I think it was just a case of bragging to a home crowd. A very stupid thing to do, by the way, because we must never forget that North Korea is an East Asian country, a culture where face is taken very seriously indeed. And talking about the North Koreans coming to the US on their hands and knees is about the most provocative and insulting thing you could say, and is almost bound to annoy them and insult them. Now, as I said, I'm going to give Giuliani the benefit of the doubt, but frankly, if somebody finds evidence that he was trying to wreck the summit also, and we must remember about Giuliani, he's not just a lawyer, he's a politician also. If he was trying to wreck the summit, I wouldn't be surprised. I think what Trump needs to do is to keep all of these people in check, tell them that a period of silence from them would be very welcome. Go to this summit, meet with Kim. I think the optics of it will actually play well in the US, contrary to what many people think, and I think build on that. He will have achieved something as President of the United States that no other US president has done.
And so, you know, we'll report on the outcome of the summit after June 12th. But I want to ask you a question before the summit. Who has won by having this negotiation take place? Is it Trump? Is it Kim? Is it both? And who are the losers right now?
I think the first person to say who has won, unequivocally, Kim Jong-Un has been a major winner. I mean, he has managed to get himself into a position where he is negotiating with the President of the United States on equal terms. That is a big plus for him, and we should not underestimate its importance. So he is a big winner. I think North Korea is a big winner because its position is a very isolated one, but they have been able to leverage this position of strength they've achieved through all of these weapons they've accumulated to get themselves into a position where they are negotiating, and they can move forward with those negotiations to fulfill some of their broader economic objectives. But I think there is a third person who is a winner, and that is Donald Trump. Not perhaps the establishment in the US, but I think Trump understands that the policy towards North Korea, followed by all his predecessors, has failed. They have not managed to cause the regime in North Korea to fall. All they have managed is to get North Korea to acquire nuclear missiles and warheads with which it can now reach, apparently, the United States. And here he is, acting as the President of the United States, doing what a president should do, negotiating with the other side in order to reduce the danger to the United States. So I think that this is the great opportunity for the great deal maker that Donald Trump is to make the deal, to improve the position of the United States and to enhance his own reputation. Who are the losers? The losers are those people in the United States, including Donald Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama, who pursued instead a policy of constant confrontation with North Korea, which, as we saw, has led nowhere.
Is the left of the United States, the Democrats, if everything goes well on June 12th, how are they going to shake this off? How are they going to present this historic meeting between Trump and Kim if they really do get along and they make progress in peace? Is this a final nail in the 2018 primaries?
Well, they're going to have many problems because, of course, Donald Trump, the peacemaker, is not part of their narrative at all. It's not, I think, something they can even comprehend, actually. And suddenly, and not for the first time, Donald Trump will have completely outflanked them. And that, as you rightly say, in the run-up to these congressional elections, which are already looking a lot tighter and less certain than they did a few months ago. So I think the Democrats, once again, need to start thinking very carefully about what they say about Trump and start to take him much more seriously than they have. He is an extremely effective and intelligent politician. You've been saying it, I've been saying it, we've been saying it on the Duran, even before he got elected. In fact, well before he got elected. It's time the Democrats sized up to the fact, understood this, stopped blaming everybody else for the fact that he's president, and understand that they are making big mistakes in the way they're dealing with him.
And I think going off of what you said, Alexander, and you can elaborate on this if you can, one of the things that is interesting to see about Donald Trump is that he's asked for North Korea, obviously, to denuclearize, to get rid of all their nukes. But he's approached it with an understanding that it's going to be a step-by-step process. It's not just an ultimatum, get rid of everything tomorrow, and that's that. Doesn't that show that he's a man that understands the policy here, that understands the diplomacy that's needed, but also understands the pragmatics of it? And he's not someone that's going out, you know, and just telling them, do it now or else, get rid of everything or else. It seems to me that he is showing his intelligence here.
I'm going to make a very controversial point which a lot of people won't agree with. I think Donald Trump actually has the potential to be a really effective foreign policy president. I think he likes to deal with people, and that is essential in diplomacy. So where Barack Obama, for example, used to stay in the White House and pick up the phone about once a month to talk to other world leaders, Donald Trump is on the phone with them all the time. He's already established a good linkage with Xi Jinping in China. He talks to everybody, and he talks intelligently and well. The other thing is, other world leaders who had to interact with him, apart, I must say, from the Europeans, but other world leaders like him, they respond well to the warmth of his personality, and to the fact that he is not actually a complicated, arrogant, aloof, remote man. So I think he is actually a natural at this sort of thing. He has a feeling for negotiation, for dealing with other people, for the sort of thing that is necessity in successful diplomacy. His problem is that he's very inexperienced, though he is learning all the time, and he has the problem of a deep state in the United States that has been working against him constantly and isn't giving him the support he needs. But you are absolutely right. In his negotiations with North Korea, he has shown a degree of skill and sophistication and intelligence and nous that I think his critics in the United States did not expect of him, but which I think it is fair to say you and I did.
Well, let's see what happens on June 12th. We're going in with an optimistic tone, and hopefully there's an optimistic outcome. Thank you, Alexander, for breaking down the summit that's going to be taking place in a couple of days. And we will report on the summit after it does take place. And Alexander will break down the results, and we'll try to give you a play-by-play analysis as to what happened. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching this video. Remember to click that red subscribe button and also click that notification bell to get more videos to you directly once we get them out. Also, visit the Duran shop, pick yourself up a shirt, support the Duran. Alexander Mercouris, Editor-in-Chief of the Duran, thank you very much. Everybody, take care.